Hi, my name is Austin Zhu, and I go to Athenian School in Danville, California. Today, I'll be answering some questions from the Villars Intensive Program, Ecopreneurship. And starting off, share a personal story or experience that reflects your passion and curiosity for ecopreneurship. So, ever since I was a child, I've always wanted to do business, but I just didn't know what field to go into. But last year, as of May 12th, I attended a program called the Climate Leadership Conference, hosted by the Climate Registry. There, I met many significant leaders within the ecopreneurship field. For example, there was a senior vice president of net zero strategy and the net zero strategy executive at Bank of America, Beth YTS. I met and spoke personally with Governor Jay Inslee of Washington. There was a senior manager, Crystal Opperman from Deloitte, and many other ecopreneurship who worked in consulting, investment banking, sustainability in business, climate resilience, and more. And seeing how much impact and how these guys were working to improve our environment while also doing a field that I loved, which was business, working with other people and finding out other perspectives and from making changes in places that change, like making changes in place where change matters a lot. Because I know there are many brilliant scientists and many brilliant people out there who have solutions to certain problems in like the sorry there are many brilliant scientists who know how to solve the problems within our environment, but the only problem is they don't know how to implement them, because a lot of the time it takes a lot of money and it takes a lot of dedication from people to be able to actually pull off what they want to do. So my goal of becoming an ecopreneurship my goal of going into ecopreneurship is to be able to implement those goals and be able to actually put their solutions into effect, which is why I think ecopreneurship is such an important field and why I feel so much passion towards it. What do I hope to bring and gain from participating in this program? Well, I've already technically started a non-profit called Invite Recipe, in which I plan to create an ad for small businesses. And okay, the importance of small businesses in America, at least, is that roughly half, or a bit more than half of our GDP comes from small businesses, and small businesses as in less than 500 employees. And there's a lot of local family-owned businesses as well in America, and they have all their employees, but the only problem is they can't hire environmental consultants because of how expensive they are. And especially after the economic downturn of the pandemic and everything, things have been still a lot of family businesses and local businesses are still climbing back up to become at a healthy and sustainable economic level. But the problem is they don't have the fun. The problem is they still have to regroup, and they still have to recover all their earnings before they can actually look into other things, the other investments. And that problem, I think, can be alleviated with the booming industry of AI, because AI because there are a lot of free resources, for example from ISO, that they publish guidelines for people to follow. And the problem is they're really long, really lengthy, and usually require someone who has an expertise in that field to actually understand and put those things into effect. But with AI, with ChatGPT, with a lot of the rising software that we have, we can turn all these guidelines into simplified versions of step-by-step instructions that businesses can follow. And it's a field where small businesses and local businesses have to enter eventually anyways, because as you know, the Paris Agreement and the Net Zero Agreements of all of our country require that eventually all businesses will have to go net zero. So might as well make the change now and start saving the environment early, rather than having to wait and be pushed with a deadline and then end up having to. And some stores may have to close because of if they get too surprised by new changes that needs to be put into effect. And so this business of mine is something that, and my experiences from this business, I hope to take into this program when I participate, but also to gain experience from other ecopreneurs who can teach me how to more efficiently execute my business and maybe give me some tips and tricks on like the best way to attract customers and really like bring a personal feeling to customers so that they actually like listen more, because I'm sure everybody wants to save the world, everybody wants to save the environment, but it's a huge feat to accomplish that sometimes like it seems so overwhelming that people just look over and they say, oh, there's nothing I can do, when really there's a lot of things people can do. And I hope to just gain some experience on how to run a business by attending this program. How do I envision this experience shaping my personal and professional development and growth? Well, kind of like I said, I already have a business, but I don't think I'm running it very efficiently. And getting to know more people who have run ecopreneurship, who are ecopreneurs, and learning how they've run their business and what they've done, I think is a very valuable experience, because gaining just a multitude of experiences and perspectives will help like decision making. It will help in someone's maturity and someone's decision making, because when you see more options, when you've heard of more options and like experienced and like learn what other people have experienced, like it helps you in your decision making and being able to better predict like what will happen in the future if you make certain decisions. So I think that this experience of attending the Villars Intensive Program for Ecopreneurship will definitely help me professionally as an ecopreneur who wants to also help change the world, but also personally in developing some important skills that will help me be organized and help me communicate more effectively and just be a better business person and a better implementer of a lot of different programs and different sustainability measures that we really need. So those are my 3 answers to the questions. And thank you. Have a good day.